Hello friends and welcome to this session for GATE and ESC Electrical Engineering. My friend, this session is going to be one of the most awesome session and you are going to really learn something very new and something that will help you in the exam. In the exam for GATE, may it be 2021 or it may be 2022. Now, before we start the lecture, my friend, let me introduce you myself. My name is Ankit Goyal. I got AIR 1 in GATE 2014 and GATE 2018. And my friend, I was also awarded the President of India Gold Medal by the President himself in the year 2013 when I graduated from IIT Indore. Presently, I am working as a director at an academy for GATE department, and that is why constantly I am able to bring new and more initiatives for you. Because an academy is not an institute. An academy is not a coaching. An academy is more of a revolution. An academy is more of a feeling. An academy has everything right that is wrong with every other coaching institute in the country. The name An Academy, my friend, has been comprised of two words, un and academy. That means it has everything that is not there in an academy. So an academy cares about the student in the best way possible. It cares about the student most than or more than any other person can. All the initiatives are centered on the student. That is, they are always working towards the student welfare. And that is why, my friend, you are watching this course on power system. That is why, my friend, you are watching this course on power system free of cost on our YouTube channel. So my friend, if you are visiting this channel for the first time, make sure that you have subscribed, because we have electrical machine, power electronics, power system, communication system, EMT, EDC, network, signal, control, digital, everything is here on this channel, that too free of cost, my friend. But what has An Academy done? An Academy has brought a revolution in the country where they are providing the most affordable education, and that too free of that too at the most affordable price, as well as free of cost on YouTube. So my friend, if you want to be a part of the revolution that An Academy has created by means of the courses that are running on An Academy, where they are bringing you the best ever educators of the country on a single platform. That is, you, my friend, can be able to learn from India's top educator at the cheapest or at the most affordable prices possible. At the most affordable prices possible. Now, my friend, I'm talking to you. You can dare to dream. You can dare to enter a PSU. You can dare to dream about MTech from an IIT. Why? Because An Academy has made it possible. An Academy has done everything that is required to get the best rank in GATE examination. So my friend, if you want to join An Academy, make sure that you use the code Ankit ESE, because the door to An Academy opens with this code, and this directly makes me your mentor so that I can guide you at each and every step regarding your GATE preparation. And not only this, you will also get 10% discount on your subscription. Now, what does An Academy bring for you? Not only the live classes. The live classes are the best part of An Academy, where you can interact with the educator, ask your doubt, and make sure that you understand each and every concept and then only exit the class. But other than that, you get dedicated doubt session, where you can post a pic of a question and ask any doubt, any number of doubts. Then you have weekly quizzes. Every Sunday we test how much you have understood. Then there are daily practice paper which we provide you for practice. Then there are practice questions from An Academy. Then there are test series from An Academy. Then there is crash course, where we will boost your rank in the last few months. There is rank improvement batch for the students who have already done well in the GATE examination. Now, my friend, all of this just with one subscription fees, where you don't have to pay anything again and again or anything extra. That is the magic of An Academy. Just join An Academy without thinking too much.
Hi guys, in the last lecture we saw case of unsymmetrical faults. In unsymmetrical faults, the first fault that we saw was LG fault. In this fault, all the sequence networks were connected in series, and we saw that fault current was equal to 3 times IA1. where IA1 was equal to EA by Z1 plus Z2 plus Z0 plus 3Zn plus 3ZF. And the short circuit MVA was mod Z1 plus mod Z2 plus Z0 plus 3Zn plus 3ZF. Okay, in PU. This gives the short circuit MVA in PU. Now S into S base 3 phase will give me short circuit MVA in the units of MVA. So this was for the case of LG fault. Similarly, the next type of fault that we saw was double L fault or a line to line fault. In this we saw fault current was actually equal to minus J root 3 IA1. IA1 was equal to EA1 by mod Z1 plus Z2 plus ZF. Okay. And the short circuit MVA was 3 by mod Z1 plus Z2 plus ZF in PU. And S into S base 3 phase will give me short circuit MVA in units of MVA. The next type of fault that we saw was double line to ground fault. In this we saw the fault current was equal to 3 times IA0. We calculated IA1 as EA1 by Z1 plus Z2 in parallel with Z0 plus 3Zn plus 3ZF. And here IA0 was minus IA1 into Z2 by Z2 plus Z0 plus 3Zn plus 3ZF. And short circuit MVA we calculated as 3 by Z1 plus Z2 parallel Z0 plus 3Zn plus 3ZF in PU. Similarly, if we multiply it by the base value, we will get the short circuit MVA in the units of MVA. And we also studied that the most severe type of fault is the symmetrical fault. If the fault occurs on the transmission line, and it is the LG fault which is most severe if the fault occurs at the terminals of generator. Okay, so let us first get started with the problem based on a LG fault. Now it is saying a star connected alternator with isolated neutral. Isolated neutral means Zn is infinity. Has positive, negative and zero sequence impedance as J.18, J.12, J.06 respectively. So here there must be a J. Rating of alternator is 100 MVA 18 kV when a LG fault occurs on phase A on no load alternator. Now first of all, it is given no load, so EMF will be 1 angle 0. Now if we draw the equivalent circuit, all the sequences will be connected in series, positive, negative, then 0, then the neutral impedance is actually infinity, so it will be open circuited. And since ZF is not given, I will take it to be 0. So this is J.18, J.12, J.06. Okay, this is open circuited here because Zn is infinite. Now here, since it is open circuited, all the sequence currents will be 0, due to which the positive sequence voltage VA1 is actually EA1 minus IA1 into Z1 will be equal to 1 angle 0. VA2 is actually minus IA2 into Z2. This will also be 0. Now VA0, we know since A phase is faulted, VA1 plus VA2, because VA1 plus VA0 plus VA2 must be 0. In case of LG fault, VA is equal to IA into ZF, but here ZF is 0, so VA must be 0. Hence VA0 plus VA1 plus VA2 must be 0. So VA0 must be minus 1. So now we know the sequence component of the voltages. We can calculate VB and VC. So VB is actually how much? VA0 plus alpha square VA1 plus alpha VA2. So VA0 is minus 1. Alpha square VA1 is 1 angle 240 into 1, VA2 is 0. So this will come out to be root 3 angle minus 150 degree PU. VC will be VA0 plus alpha VA1 plus alpha square VA2 minus 0, 1 angle 120, VA1 is 1 plus 0. So it will come out to be root 3 angle 150 degree PU. So here if you see, the phase voltage magnitude is coming to be root 3 per unit. So its actual value will be per unit value multiplied by base. Now base for the phase voltage will be line voltage by root 3. So it will be equal to 18 kV. So now if you see here, the phase voltage magnitude becomes equal to line voltage if the neutral of the system is left isolated. That means high voltage will be induced in the transmission line if you do not ground the neutral of the system. That is why we need neutral grounding to avoid high voltages. So ungrounded neutral has high voltage. Now when the voltage of the conductor is high, suppose we take the case of our overhead line. If the voltage of the conductor is high, then what will happen? The air around this will ionize. So there will be an arc formation. If arc is formed, then it is called as arcing fault. Current will flow into the tower through the arc. That is called as arcing fault or a arcing ground. If you do not isolate the neutral, an arc can be formed along the insulator, which is also known by the term as insulator flashover. Okay, so these type of fault are called as arcing ground. That is why these are dangerous. The only advantage of isolated neutral is that the circuit or the equivalent circuit that we saw was open circuited. So zero sequence current will be 0. Okay, if Zn is infinity, Ia0 will always be 0. So no radio interference, because as I told you, in case of an unbalanced system, the radio interference is only due to the zero sequence current, and hence there will be no radio interference. But the danger is the danger of a arc formation due to isolated neutral. Okay. The other danger is due to the high line charging current. Let us see how. Suppose this system is given to me. This system is under no load. Under no load, in case of a transmission line, line charging currents will flow and they will be represented by capacitance of the line ZAG, ZBG and ZCG. Now, when there is no fault, that is, we are considering the condition before the fault, all the three voltages will be balanced: VA, VB, VC, and the line charging current will lead the voltage by 90 degree. So this will be IA, then IB will be leading the VB by 90 degree, IB, and then this will be IC, like this. Okay, so these will be the line charging current. IA is equal to IB is equal to IC is equal to I charging. Okay, but what happens when the fault occurs? When the fault will occur, this phase gets grounded. So earlier the current was omega C phase V phase, but let us see now what happens to the line charging current in case one line to ground fault occurs. Here, as I have shown, the neutral is left isolated. Now suppose this phase is connected to ground. So what will be the voltage of VB? Or we can say VBG. VBG will be actually VBC plus VCG. Now since C phase is directly connected to ground, VCG is 0. C is grounded. So voltage of B phase with respect to ground is VBC. Similarly, voltage of A phase with respect to ground will be VAC. That is what we saw in the previous example also. The phase voltage will become equal to line voltage in case of a line to ground fault with isolated neutral. Okay, or the magnitude of phase voltage becomes root 3 times. So what will happen is, these are my balanced voltages VA, VB and VC. Now what will happen is, VA will become equal to VAC, VB will become equal to VBC. So the line charging current in phase A will now be perpendicular to VAC. It will be like this, IA. Similarly, IB will be perpendicular to VBC. This will be IB. And the sum of these two currents will give me total line charging current, which is like this, I. Now first of all, VAC will be equal to root 3 VA. So IA, which will be equal to omega C phase into VA, will be equal to omega C phase root 3 VA. Or we can say VAG. VAG is now becoming equal to VAC, which is root 3 VA, because phase voltage becomes equal to line voltage. So it becomes equal to root 3 times the initial line charging current. Now angle of these two currents is 60 degree. So the resultant is actually root 3 times the individual vector. Here IA is equal to IB is equal to root 3 times I charging, and the resultant I will be equal to root 3 IA, which is equal to 3 times I charging. So 3 times the line charging current will flow if the neutral is left ungrounded. How it will flow? It will flow in phase A and B, and it will come through the phase C. This I charging current is equal to IA and IB. So very high current will flow through the C phase winding if the neutral is left ungrounded. Okay, and the system voltage or the phase voltage will become equal to line voltage, due to which arc will be formed. Hence we have seen the two type of disadvantages when the neutral is left ungrounded. High line charging current flows and the system voltage becomes dangerously high. So let us discuss how we can ground the system. So grounding methods are basically divided into two parts. One is called as system grounding, other is called as neutral grounding. Now first of all, what is meant by system grounding? Okay, or these two terms are actually same, system or neutral grounding. This is called as, next is equipment grounding. So first of all, what is meant by system or the neutral grounding? Neutral grounding means that we will ground the neutral of a system in order to stabilize the system. Otherwise, phase voltage magnitude becomes equal to line voltage due to which there is a formation of arcing, or there is a formation of arc due to which it is called as arcing fault. To avoid the formation of arc or arcing faults, we have to connect the neutral to the ground. Otherwise, the system may get damaged. Okay, so it is to protect the system from getting damaged due to dangerously high voltages. Then what is meant by equipment grounding? It means grounding the outer body of the equipment. Now, why would we want to ground the outer body? Because there are certain stored charges on the body of every equipment. If there are stored charges, then what will happen? Whenever we will touch the equipment, those stored charges will flow through to the ground through our body. If those stored charges are flowing to the ground through our body, then we may get a shock. So to avoid that shock, we need to provide a path for the flow of those stored charges to the ground. That is done by equipment grounding, which is also called as earthing. Okay. So this is the basic difference between the grounding and the earthing. Grounding term refers to grounding the neutral of a system to avoid any system damage due to high voltage, and earthing refers to grounding the outer body of the equipment to release the stored charges into the ground, or to provide a low resistance path for the flow of charge into the ground that will protect the operator of the equipment from any shock. So these two type of grounding methods are generally used. Our focus will be on the system or the neutral grounding. So let us see what are the various types in which we can ground the neutral of a system. First one is called as solid grounding. That is, you will directly connect the neutral to the ground. There is no neutral impedance, that is Zn is 0. That is called as solid grounding. Now how to decide when you will have to use the solid grounding? If zero sequence reactance upon positive sequence reactance of the system is less than 3, we use the solid grounding. Okay. So this is the criteria for the case of solid grounding. The next type of method is called as resistance grounding. Here what you will do is, you will ground the neutral by means of a resistance. So here Zn is equal to Rn. Now where to use this type of grounding is, it is used where charging current IC is small. Why? Because as we saw, if the neutral is left ungrounded, high line charging current are induced. There IC was becoming equal to 3 times I charging. But if I charging is small, then IC is small. Then we can use a resistance. Otherwise, if I charging is high, IC will be high. We will need an inductor to cancel the capacitor current. But if the current is small, we can do with a resistance. Okay. Resistance is not meant to cancel this current, because only an inductive current can cancel a capacitive current. But what happens is that, as we will study later on, Rn improves stability of a system. And in case of synchronous generator, which are mostly used in our power plant, stability is one of the most important criteria. That is why resistance grounding will be mostly used in case of alternators. Okay. It can only be used where the line charging current is small, like the case of short transmission line, because there we neglect the line charging current. There you can use resistance grounding, and it will improve the stability of the system, but it cannot cancel the line charging current. Now if you have to cancel the line charging current, you will have to use reactance grounding. That is, neutral will be grounded by means of a reactance Xn. So here Zn will be equal to J times Xn. It will be purely imaginary. That is the neutral impedance. Here X0 by X1 should be greater than 3 for the use of reactance grounding. Where to use reactance grounding? Wherever the line charging current is high. Where will the line charging current be high? It will be high for the case of long transmission line, capacitor bank, synchronous motor, because synchronous motor is usually operated at a leading power factor, so it will act as a capacitor. So whenever there the system is having capacitor, line charging current will be high. We have to use the reactance grounding. The next method is called as Peterson coil, or the case of resonance grounding. Resonance means whenever the inductance cancels the effect of capacitance completely, system is said to be under resonance. Okay. So here also we are using reactance grounding, but the reactance is chosen such that it cancels the effect of capacitance or the line charging current. We just now saw whenever there is a line to ground fault, whatever the current is flowing in this wire, it is equal to 3 times I charging. Okay, that was being divided into the two phases. Here I have grounded the A phase, so IA will be equal to 3 times I charging. When we were doing the derivation, then we were grounding the C phase, so C phase current was coming out to be 3 times I charging. Now this current should be cancelled out by this IL. So IL is actually V phase by XL. It should be equal to 3 times I charging, which is equal to 3 omega C phase V phase. Okay, 3 times I charging we derived earlier only. It should be equal to V phase by omega L. So here L will be equal to 1 by 3 omega square C. This is the inductance that you have to use for the case of resonance grounding or for the case of Peterson coil. This is also called as inductance of the arc suppressor coil, because if you use this inductance, then the line charging current will get cancelled out. There will be no formation of arc. So arc is suppressed here. So it is also called as arc suppressor coil. Inductance of arc suppressor coil is 1 by 3 omega square C. So these are the general methods by which we will ground the neutral of a system. That is, one was solid grounding, other was your resistance grounding, reactance grounding, then Peterson coil. Peterson coil is a special case of reactance grounding in which the inductance is equal to 1 by 3 omega square C. So let us summarize what we covered in this lecture. We first saw the case of isolated neutral, and we saw two disadvantages. One was phase voltage became equal to line, and one was the 3 times line charging current flowing through the grounded phase. Then we saw the grounding method, which was system grounding and equipment grounding. System grounding was also called as neutral grounding. We were grounding the neutral to avoid high voltages. And in equipment grounding, we were grounding the outer body to provide a low resistance path to the flow of stored charges. Then we saw the methods of neutral grounding. We first saw solid grounding, which will be used if x0 by x1 is less than 3. Then we saw resistance grounding, which is used in alternators to improve the stability, and it is used where I charging is small. Then we saw reactance grounding. It is used where IC is large, which will be the case when we will be using synchronous motor or capacitor bank. Then we saw the arc suppressor coil or the Peterson coil, which was 1 by 3 omega square C, which will completely suppress the arc as it will cancel the line charging current. So these are the following methods of the neutral grounding. In the next lecture, what we will do is we will consider the problems based on unsymmetrical faults and analyze how or understand how to analyze the unsymmetrical faults. That will be done in the next lecture.
So my friend, if you want to join an academy, if you liked the lecture, if you like the content that you have just watched, and you have decided that Unacademy is the right place for you and you want to learn with me, you want to learn from me, then don't hesitate, because that is where we are conducting free classes every day that will boost your GATE rank. So if you decide to take subscription, click on GATE and ESE, click on get subscription. After this, you can choose the plan that you want to opt for. The final year and dropper can take 1 year plan, second and the third year can take 2 year plan. But don't forget to use the code Ankit ESE. This will give you 10% off, as well as it will bring you under my guidance. And as you can see, the prices are really affordable, my friend. It is much less than any other institute can offer you, and that is why I keep repeating, Unacademy is not an academy. It is a revolution. It is a feeling. You can make the payment by credit, debit card, EMI, net banking. Also, EMI is available on debit card, but for HDFC debit card and Bajaj Finserv debit card. So if you are from a weak financial background, you can pay the amount in installments, but only use the code Ankit ESE. And my friend, these are some videos where I have told how to study, how to get the best rank in GATE, and these videos will really help you in cracking GATE. So make sure that you watch each and every one of them. And my friend, these are our other channels, like for mechanical we have, for civil also we have, for computer science we have for SSC, JEE, all branches, electrical, mechanical, civil. And on this channel we have the previous year question video solution, that too free of cost. And many more channels will be coming very soon for you guys. So be a part of our YouTube family and you can take the benefit of all the free content that we are bringing. And my friend, this is my Telegram channel where you will find the notes of each and every lecture that I take. And this is my Unacademy profile, which you can follow to watch my content for free on Unacademy, because there also I am taking regular free classes. So if you can't afford to join Unacademy, then keep associated with us, keep sharing the content that we are providing, and work towards making this YouTube family bigger and better. We'll keep bringing more and more content for you, and the only fees that you have to pay, my friend, is that you have to work hard and you have to share and like each and every video that we are uploading. So that way this family gets bigger. Even the student in a rural area can take the benefit of the free initiatives that we have started. And my friend, you also get the best rank in GATE without having to stress about how to pay. So if you can't be paying or you can't afford to pay, then make sure that you are building this YouTube family, a bigger and a better YouTube family, the biggest and the best community of all electrical engineers. So that is all from my side. See you again in the next lecture. Thank you.